To many Americans, it already feels like we are in a deep recession, Michael Snyder reports. Are you deeply struggling right now? If so, I want you to know that you are not alone. The things that I'm about to share with you are not meant to be depressing. Rather, I hope that you will be encouraged to see that there are countless others in the exact same boat. Over the past few years, the cost of living has been rising much faster than paychecks have, and this has put enormous financial pressure on millions of American families. In some cases, families are dealing with extreme financial stress, even though both parents are working good jobs. Virtually everything has become substantially more expensive, and so our money is not going nearly as far as it once did. Unfortunately, the mainstream media keeps telling us that everything is just fine. They keep telling us that we should stop our whining because we have not officially entered a recession yet, but Deutsche Bank says that one is coming. In fact, analysts at the bank are now warning that there is a 100% chance that the United States is heading into a recession. Odds of a U.S. recession have been hotly debated, with the labor market and consumer spending showing resiliency even after some of the most aggressive interest rate hikes in history. But Deutsche Bank sees a 100% probability the U.S. will have a recession. If you want someone to blame, Deutsche Bank says that we should blame our policymakers because they created the boom-bust cycle that we are currently experiencing. They write, the U.S. is heading for its first genuine policy-led boom-bust cycle in at least 4 decades. The inflation we see was induced largely by expansive fiscal and monetary policy, and the aggressive rate hikes needed to tame that have now materialized. Avoiding a hard landing would be historically unprecedented, end quote. Sadly, many families don't even want to imagine what harder times might look like because they are already deeply suffering right now. Recently, a very touching Facebook discussion was brought to my attention. In this discussion, people were sharing their financial struggles. I think that giving people an opportunity to vent and read the struggles of others helps them to realize that they are not alone. So if you also are struggling, I hope that the examples that I'm pulled out of that discussion will encourage you. You're not alone because there are millions of others out there that are just like you. We're feeling it. It's embarrassing to admit we're struggling so much with what we make combined, but we are not spenders. I broke down everything our money is going to, and they're genuinely all necessity things. Maybe I can penny pinch more with groceries and stuff, but I'm just completely overwhelmed with the fact that we're struggling so much for what our incomes are. Definitely feels like another depression. Another comment was, we make about $60,000 a year, and with inflation, we are falling behind on our bills. We can't afford mortgage, utilities, and car payment, and food. We don't qualify for any kind of assistance whatsoever. I just got a second job, so hopefully that helps, but it's so hard right now. And the next comment, yes, 5 years ago, we could put money aside every month. Now we're pulling from savings every month, and we make $20,000 more now than we did then. We do have a slightly higher mortgage now, though, and 2 more kids than we did then. It's rough. Another comment, I lost my job last year, and I had to budget so much. I switched to Cricket, so the phone bill for 2 phones is $60 compared to like $220 to $300 for Verizon. For food, I cook all the time, but I freeze our meat, and I try to make multiple meals from that. Frozen veggies, freeze the bread so it doesn't go bad. I buy the Michelina TV dinners that are like $1.30 for mac and cheese and fettuccine alfredo for my 2 boys, 6 and 1. And I buy 6, and those last for most of the week. So happy for summer to not have our school payment, another comment says, and less laundry. It's like I know that we're going to survive every month. And then I needed to go to the dentist, and now it's like I want to cry. Another comment, yes, when my husband first got his new job at what the pay he deserved finally for all the experience he's had for nearly 15 years in the same field of work, and we were like finally we will be able to save money, and then this insane inflation hit, and it's like we're right back to where we were, especially this month, because we had to switch insurance plans, and that took money out of his paycheck. And at the same time, I was making some money to help out before, but I had a surgery and was down for a few weeks, and just now able to get back to fully helpful again. Budgeting is keeping us getting by, but we also have used the credit cards this past month to get by on. So now it's a catch-up game, and I will be looking to work in some way again, she said. The other comment is not just you. Sometimes I have to choose what bills take priority over another. I live paycheck to paycheck, and every penny is for a bill. There's never anything left over. And I'm a single mom, but I've been a single mom on my own for years. I used to have money left over for my hair and fun things like jump time with the kids. But now all our fun activities, fare-free activities like nature walks, swimming in ponds, hikes, etc., cause this mama is broke, waiting patiently for inflation to go down. Other comment, more just to vent, but is anyone else struggling financially hard right now? Between my husband and I, we make $100,000 after taxes, so not bad, not amazing either. We both have pretty good jobs though, and we're struggling hard. We own a house, and outside of paying the mortgage for mortgage bills and food, the necessities, etc., it's like we have nothing left at the end of our paycheck. Is anyone else in a similar boat? And he says, I could have included countless more examples, but I'll stop right here. As you can see, even those that make $100,000 a year are really struggling. When I was growing up, I considered anyone that was making $100,000 a year to be extremely wealthy. Times sure have changed since then. Sadly, this is just the beginning. All of the major economic trends are pointing in the wrong direction, and even the normally optimistic World Bank is warning that much rougher times are ahead. Nearly all the economic forces that powered progress and prosperity over the last 3 decades are fading, the World Bank warned in a recent analysis. The result could be a lost decade in the making, not just for some countries or regions, as has occurred in the past, but for the whole world. A lot has happened between then and now. A global pandemic hit, war erupted in Europe, tensions between the United States and China boiled, and inflation, thought to be safety stored away with disco album collections, returned with a vengeance. But as the dust has settled, it has suddenly seemed as if almost everything we thought we knew about the world economy was wrong. Ultimately, we're all in the same boat. We're all going to have to endure the exceedingly harsh economic environment that is in front of us. But hopefully you are encouraged by the fact that you are not alone. Millions of other families are also deeply struggling, and at times like these, we are going to need one another more than ever before. And this is by Michael Snyder. He says about the author, my name is Michael, and my brand new book entitled End Times is now available on Amazon. In addition to my new book, I've written 6 other books that are available on Amazon, including 7-Year Apocalypse, Lost Prophecies of the Future of America, The Beginning of the End, and Living a Life That Really Matters, commissions earned. When you purchase any of these books, you help to support the work that I'm doing, and one way that you can really help is by sending copies as gifts to family and friends. Time is short, and I need help getting these warnings into the hands of as many people as possible. I have also started a brand new Substack newsletter, and I encourage you to subscribe so that you won't miss any of my articles. I have published thousands of articles on the Economic Collapse blog, End of the American Dream, and the Most Important News. And the articles that I publish on those sites are republished on dozens of other prominent websites all over the globe. I always freely and happily allow others to republish my articles on their own websites, but I also ask that they include this about the author section with each article. The material contained in this article is for general information purposes only, and readers should consult licensed professionals before making any legal, business, financial, or health decisions. I encourage you to follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, and any way that you can share these articles with others is definitely a great help. These are such troubled times and people need hope. John 3:16 tells us about the hope that God has given us through Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. If you have not already done so, I strongly urge you to invite Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior today. And this is by Michael Snyder on the Economic Collapse blog. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.